Okay. Okay. So my presentation is on the geology of the Klamath Mountains. What are the Klamath Mountains? The Klamath Mountains are a geomorphic province, which has already been explained what exactly it is, but the Klamath Mountains are located in northwestern California, as well as the southwestern part of Oregon. It is a pretty small area in terms of geomorphic provinces in California, as it is only around 9,800 square miles. The highest point of the Klamath Mountains range up to 9,000 feet tall, and they have an approximate width of 112 miles and a length of 150 miles. The region is a very rugged highland area and has deep river canyons carving the region. The main river in the area is the Klamath River and its many tributaries. And the canyons separate the highlands into many smaller mountain ranges. And some of these mountains include the Siskiyou Mountains and the Trinity Alps, which can be seen on the right. And the region is very lightly populated, as described earlier, but there are a few small towns, such as Weaverville, which can be seen above. And it used to be, oh, right, sorry. Yes, this was what I was describing earlier. These are the pictures of the Trinity Alps, Trinity River. And then, yeah, this is Weaverville, a small town that can be found in the area. And it used to be a major gold panning region during the California gold rush, similar to Sierra Nevadas. And it was also a major chromite mining region. So how was the area formed? The mountain range is formed by a series of volcanic arcs, which formed in the Pacific Ocean. Yeah, so these arcs traveled towards the North American continent and crashed into it as terrains, which are small continental fragments that are bound by fault lines. These terrains collided during the Paleozoic era and up until the Cretaceous era. And this means there's a wide range of rocks from up to 500 million years ago up to around 65 million years ago. And yeah, most of the rocks in the region are igneous, which come from volcanic activity. But on the surface level, the rocks are mostly sedimentary. And as you can see on the diagram above, each of these terrains are the fragments that have unique rocks and are bounded by fault lines on the edges. And around these fault areas are where metamorphic rocks can be found. And yeah, here are some maps of what the region looks like in terms of geology. So on the left, we can see how each of the different terrains, which collided into North America, are arranged in the north to south pattern. And along the eastern edge of the mountain ranges are where the older terrains have collided. And once you go further west is when a lot of them are pretty new. And also on the right, we can see that it's a wide variety of rocks that can be found in the region from all the different terrains that have collided. So for my field trip, I decided to take a field trip along the canyon walls of the Trinity River, which is also another significant river in the region. And I decided on this area since it crosses through multiple different sections of the Klamath Mountains and provides a good cross-section of many of the different rocks. So once you start on the western end, it transitions from the Franciscan formation of the coastal ranges which are mostly younger sedimentary rocks. It then crosses over thrust fault, which can be seen around this area, which is basically an upward lifting fault, where the upper layer is overlifting a lower layer. And around this area is where many metamorphic rocks can be found, such as serpentine. And it demonstrates the heat and pressure that can be found in the region of the fault line. And once you continue east, the western Klamath terrain begins. And this is, again, along the younger end of the mountain range, and it is abundant in Jurassic ages of rocks. And the further east you go is when some of the older terrains can be found from the Paleozoic era. And these rocks can be seen on the furthest eastern end as mostly being igneous rocks, which are volcanic rocks, as the surface layer of sedimentary has mostly been eroded away. And along the whole trip, you can see that the river carves a deep canyon that exposes a lot of the rocks that would not normally be exposed. And overall, the region has a lot of similarities to what can be found in the Sierra Nevada mountains, which is basically a lot of igneous rocks that have been both uplifted and collided due to plate collisions. But the two areas are thought to have been previously part of the same mountain range, but have been separated due to the volcanic activity that can be found in the Cascades and Modoc Plateau areas. So here's my sources for the project. Thank you.